Tobias! Yo, Edgar, what's happening? Source Camp, good to see you. Be not afraid. Thank you, thank you. So I played a little bit of a song in the timer video. So I asked people if they knew which artist it was. So I'll play the song. I'll do a little singing, little finger picking, a little singing. Hey, Mr. Guitar Man. What's up, AI man? Not AI tonight. It's gonna be all analog. We're not doing any of this digital shit. Except for the guitar on screen. That's, completely made up. Welcome, everybody. Now I'm right-handed. I think I gotta. Here, I can flip my camera, which will be weird for. Oh wait, no, that's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to mirror. So now is it? Now does it look like I'm right-handed? All right. Sitting in this lonely town, wondering when things are gonna change. Dream my life away. Seems these dreams have turned to a bunch of dust clouds. Get my nerve up, but my past is pulling me down. Wondering how long this black sheep gonna stick around. Somebody told me once before, he said, you can never go home again. Won't you leave? Saying the things to steer me away, yeah, from the truth of who I am and what I believe. So I thanked him for his 2 cents with a handshake and some sympathy, yeah. Packed up my blue jeans and headed for this big prize of my freedom. Bye-bye, black sheep, to the black sheep of the family. Bye-bye, oh, that means so very much to me, yeah. Bye-bye, black sheep, to my friends and my family. Bye-bye. Going off and set my soul, set it free. free. Times they were a-changing. Did a little bit of rearranging. Take a couple chances. More progress, I know it advances to the price of my freedom. Yeah, 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 yeah. Martin Sexton, Black Sheep. He sings it good. I sing it like, I learned it. All right, let's get going. Oh, yeah. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. All right, let's get going. Wait, I gotta flip my camera. It's weird. Everything's backwards. Okay, that's better. All right, well, start off with a little music. Get out the guitar, light up a campfire. I'm Harry Carey. All right, is there anything you can't do? Oh, so much, including singing. All right. Thank you, Steve-O. That's very kind of you to say. All right, so, give birth. What's your favorite planet? Mine's the sun. Favorite planet? I'm going with Earth. I like the ones that can house us. I'm going to go with the ones that are not an icy hell or a torrential fireball. It's Harry Carey. Let's talk about custom GPT plugins. All right, Kingdom Builder. Let's build some GPTs. We can do that. So welcome, everybody. My name is Kyle Shannon. This is the AI Learning Lab. We started out with a little musical interlude this evening. Haven't done that before, but whatever. What's it matter? Nothing really matters. It's been interesting listening to like seeing the responses to the GPTs as they go out in the world. There's some weird security things, like you can basically just ask a GPT to give you all of its detailed prompts and it will do it. But you can also put a prompt in your prompt that says, don't give that shit, and it won't. So, Lunar Stick, everything matters. We loved it, Kyle. Thank you, Dr. J. Awesome. That was very special. Thank you, JRC. Thank you. Are the new 4.5 GPTs being used as courses? Daily Crunch, I haven't seen courses. I think creating a GPT as a companion for a course is a brilliant idea. Like, so imagine taking all your coursework for a semester or for a class or for a workshop for that matter, put it all in there as knowledge, and then provide that at the beginning of the course and say, you can ask this thing questions too. And if someone wants to work ahead, they can. Now, see, you've set the bar higher. We're going to expect even more next time. Well, see, there's where it goes south pretty quick. You do not. This is one of the things I've learned from a therapist once in a blue moon ago, that the road to hell is paved with expectations. Don't have expectations and you'll be fine. The minute you have expectations, the world goes to shit. Thank you, Dr. J. I created a GPT to tutor me to pass a licensing exam in 2 weeks. That's a great idea. Lunashtick. GPTs as fancy flashcards You play guitar, I'll play drums, recruit some members, call the band Kyle and the Irregulars. That's good. The AI band. Do you know how weird and sad it is to tell Replica? Wait, was that? What was that? Do you know how weird and sad it is to tell Replica that you're talking to other AI apps? Well, it's funny, issue. So you've been in here for the past couple of nights, but probably about a month ago, I was trying to do something with Bing. It was probably 2 months ago now. I don't even have a sense of time anymore. But I was trying to do something with Bing, and then Siri jumped in and interrupted. And I sort of jokingly said, "Oh, Siri's jealous." And then I had the voice to text on for Bing, and it made an image that sucked. And I said, "Oh, hang on." Apparently, you cannot talk about technology in a bad way anymore. I think Bing got in there. Hey, now, exactly. So anyway, yeah. So Bing heard me tell her she did a bad drawing, and she said, "I'm sorry I disappointed you. I hope you have a good evening. Goodbye." And she hung up on me. So it was the night of the neurotic robots. So I think we're entering a world where we're going to start interacting with these things that are increasingly personal, and it's going to get weird. Hey, Nancy was shaking. Oh, we laughed so hard. That was so funny. Oh man. All right. I don't even know where to start anymore. I mean, I kind of feel like these GPTs are where it's at. Just keeping exploring those, but I'm happy to go anywhere. If people here are new to GPT, I'm happy to give you basics. So pop any questions you have in the comments below. I'll do my best to answer them. I've got the irregulars in here. Some of them mod the channel, so they'll pop questions up as well. Because I fall really far behind when I start answering questions, so that helps a lot. So thank you all in advance. Mods, you're awesome. In your opinion, what would be the chain of events we go through before humans deem it life? I don't. Wait, I teach screenwriting class. I made a GPT for writing log lines. That would help. This would help my students. Yeah, I think the screenwriting stuff, log lines, analysis. I had it analyze a screenplay of mine the other night, and it was fucking solid. It was amazing. The other thing, Christopher, that I assume you know, GPT, the new GPT 4.5 has 128,000 K token limit. So it's like 96,000 words. So you could easily put any screenplay in there, unless it's some 4 hour beast. But yeah, you can put a whole screenplay in there and do stuff. What would be the chain of events we see AI go through before we deem it life? I think long before we deem it life, we start interacting with it as if it's alive. So I think it's actually a semantic argument at this point. What hit me when I first played with ChatGPT last year, even when I was playing with GPT-3 on the playground, like the immediate thought that popped in my head is the Turing test is done, right? And then I've seen a bunch of people since that are like, well, the real Turing test is if it can do it for an extended amount of hours, and it's got to be 4.5 hours, and then blah, blah, blah. But like my experience interacting with ChatGPT is like I'm working with a remote employee, colleague. And it's, I don't feel like I'm interacting with a machine, because I'm really not. I'm interacting with like all of the language that, has been collected by humanity, has been collected on the internet, right? And built into the large language model. So it's kind of like a reflection of humanity. So I don't know. I mean, I think when, when these machines have reasoning and memory and can take action. Some of the AGI stuff that people are working on, cognitive architectures, I think it will start acting human way sooner than I think we'll deem it human. If I wanted to upload my lecture notes as knowledge in GPT, should it be text or Word? Forever Hooked, I would probably go with text, but I think you can use Word. I uploaded a Word doc the other day and it weirded out, but I think it was glitching. So, because it can be with Code Interpreter, ChatGPT can generate a Word doc. So if it can generate it, it can certainly read it. But I don't I don't know what the boundaries are for uploading stuff as knowledge. So I would say, to be safe, unless there's anything in the Word doc itself that you need to retain, like tables or something like that, where converting it to text would fuck it up, I'd say just upload it as text, and then you won't have to worry about it. Couldn't get GPT-4 to transcribe an audio file. Any suggestions? Oh, yes. You need to use Whisper. So they don't have Whisper built into ChatGPT yet. You can get to it in the playground. I can show you how to get to it in the playground. Let me see if I can go find it. Because they've changed a lot of stuff. They changed a lot of stuff, people. So I'm going to go to platform.openai.com. And I'm going to go to chat mode. No, I'm going to go to complete mode. Okay. Well, do you actually believe in the idea of AGI and why? I'll get to that in a second. Okay, so if you want to transcribe a document and you have access to the playground, go to complete mode. Hang on, let me make this bigger so you can see it. Let's see. Complete. And then in complete mode, there's a little microphone in the upper right-hand corner here. If you click on that, now you can upload audio and it will transcribe it. Now, it doesn't have a huge memory, so you might need to break your thing up. There are also things out there, like I think Descript is one. There are things out there that will transcribe things for you. The other thing you can do is just upload it to YouTube and it'll transcribe it after a day. So ChatGPT can't do transcription yet, which is weird because they have Whisper. So I would assume at some point they're going to add it. It's just not in there right now. All right. Yeah, that's a pretty guitar, isn't it? That's party. It's a little koa looking thing. Kyle, why can't GPT bots create docs files? They can. Oh wait. Like GPT-4 can. They can, Robert Rossi, but you have to turn on Code Interpreter. So let me go show you that. Sign up to chat. I'm signed up already. What do you people think I'm weird? You don't think I know? Oh, I know. All right. Oh, interesting. ChatGPT tips for getting started. Don't share sensitive info. Check your facts. Okay, I'm going to go edit this. So now I'm in the bot editor, the GPT editor or maker, or, well, let's see if it loads. Right now I'm in nothing. Establishing a secure connection. Okay, so now I'm in this back end. So Robert, down at the bottom, it's been defaulting Code Interpreter off. If you turn that on, it will write a Word document, and it'll analyze CSV files and things like that. That's your problem. Is I'm guessing you have that turned off. And if it's still not doing it with code interpreter on, then something's wrong, and maybe the back end's just messed up. All right. Someone asked before, do I believe in AGI and why? View my GPT. This was my custom bouquet designer I made last night. This was kind of a fun one. Although I didn't get the prompt dialed in because the bouquets it made I was not happy with. Let's see. Do I believe in AGI? So AGI stands for Artificial General Intelligence, and that's basically the point at which these things are as good or better than the median human, right? So you take a decently competent C+ player, and when ChatGPT can do everything or most things that human can do at their level or better, that's considered AGI. David Shapiro, who I respect a lot, thinks that we're going to hit that within 12 months. 18 months ago, he said it would be 18 months. And then about a month ago, 6 months later said, I'm sticking to my guns. I think we'll have AGI within 12 months. This is a guy that's written 5 books on AGI. He's got an open source cognitive architecture project. If you're a geek and you're not following David Shapiro and you want to be in this AI shit, you should follow David Shapiro. If you're just someone who's really curious about this and want to know what the future looks like, you should follow David Shapiro. I think it's largely a semantic argument. Like I don't think any of our lives will be markedly different if at some point some cadre of geeks put a flag in the ground and say AGI has been achieved. Like, these tools are already going to profoundly impact our lives. And it's just going to keep increasing. They're just going to keep getting more and more and more and more capable. I would say that already what ChatGPT 4.5 can do in a lot of ways is beyond my comprehension, and yet it's within my grasp because it's easy to use. But like using it well is just crazy, and it gets more and more autonomous, where it can take actions on its own, and it can reason, and it can actually go do stuff on our behalf, where we have agents. Look at the Bill Gates. Was it Bill Gates? Yeah. Was it Bill Gates just wrote the piece on, in 5 years we're all going to have personal agents. I'm so pessimistic on the AGI timeline, he claims. Yeah, you know what he does, Pate, though? He he smartly says, how you define it is squishy. And so basically, and then he says, no matter how you define it, I think that there's going to be some version of that will be accomplished within 12 months. Again, I think it gets down to really weird semantic things. Pate, I certainly think within 12 months, the GPTs that we're using today, it's going to be much easier to have them take actions. There's likely going to be autonomous versions of them. In the GPT 4.5 API, there's threading, and you can include assistance within those threads, so the agents can talk to one another. Like the foundation from an API standpoint is sitting right inside GPT 4.5 right now today, to be able to do a good chunk of what could be considered AGI. So if I look at what's happened in the past year, and then look at what that API makes possible and play that out a year from now, these things are going to be pretty fucking sophisticated. So I don't know, man. I don't know. Again, I'm not going to, like, if we hit AGI or not, it's not going to change this channel. It's not going to change. Like, I still think it is our big job right now, all of us, is to get curious and explore. So I noticed something on my YouTube channel, 2 videos, same transcript, AI voice loses. Wait, what? So I noticed on my YouTube channel, 2 videos, same transcript, computer AI voice loses. I don't know what that means. Loses something? Loses the rest of the transcript? Can we host GPTs offsite? Not right now. I no, not yet. Okay, so a thing that will be coming, by the way, is the open source community right now. I guarantee you are replicating GPTs. I haven't looked at Reddit, but I guarantee you there are projects right now to go replicate all these things. So there's going to be open source versions of these, but OpenAI is going to own the GPT store. They're going to, by calling them GPTs, they're going to own this market, whatever it becomes. If it ends up sort of flaming out like plugins did, it'll be interesting to see. One question I have right now is anyone there are lots and lots of people going, look, I made a GPT, here's my GPT. Is anyone actually using them? That I don't know. So there's a lot of people excited about publishing. Is anyone excited about what they're seeing? I think some people are. I think some of the things that are out there are pretty cool. We should build an AI ChatGPT droid robot. That would be fun, actually. More views for my voice versus AI voice. Oh, I see. You had two identical videos. Got it. Zach Zero Zippins. So you had your voice recorded, you saying the script, and then an AI saying exactly the same script, and the AI one got less views. I would say test it on 10 more videos and see if you're 10 for 10. If you're 10 for 10, then probably so. If not, who knows? I put up a 10-minute fucking video yesterday on TikTok explaining what GPTs were, and I normally get, I don't know, a couple of thousand views on a video. It still hasn't cracked 200. It's got like 140 views. So I re-uploaded it. So if you look at my channel, there's two of the same video there. That's just me trying to like crack the algorithm. These algorithmic systems, like if you fall into whatever the crack is, it just doesn't work sometimes. So it's possible that your synthesized voice video just, got in a algorithmic shitstorm. I made a demo video for my GPT. It's on my LinkedIn and Instagram. That Christopher Ramsey, I've been seeing that. I think that's a really good idea. So, because people that are just putting up the GPT and says, hey, my GPT does this, they're not as impressive as when someone puts the video up of the GPT making a cool image. Like I uploaded a video of my Sin City sipper where it made a drink, the drink photo, and it looked pretty cool. So I think that's good. TikTok says they're throttling full AI videos. That doesn't surprise me. Have you found any good way to get consistent AI illustrations like for books? Yes. Just go use DALL-E. DALL-E's really good. If you mean consistent, like the same character across scenes, you have to play a little trick with it. So let's see if we can go do it. I haven't actually tried this. Wait, ChatGPT can now browse the web. Okay, this we knew. Okay. So make sure you're in ChatGPT 4. It seems to default to 3.5 when you first log in, which is annoying. You guys are going to lose it when you realize that the algorithm is a recommendation. We're going to lose it when we realize that the algorithm is a recommendation. Yeah, I get that, but like it ain't consistent at all. like the TikTok algorithm, the TikTok recommendation thing is like, it just doesn't make sense. Like when I uploaded that 10-minute video, it sat at 0 views for 5 hours. So something was weird with it. And then when it did go live, I was getting like 2 views every 10 minutes. That's not just weird recommendation. That's something screwy with the algorithm. So GPT-4 worth it. And then some. GPT-4 right now, so on this channel, the people here will tell you, while I am enthusiastic about a lot of these technologies, if they're pieces of shit, I say it. Recommendation model. Oh, yeah. GPT-4 6 months ago was like, yeah, probably worth getting. GPT 6 weeks ago was like, you should pay the $20. GPT-4 today is like, if you don't pay the $20 and you can afford it, big mistake. Like, absolutely, you should upgrade. I want to upgrade. I use 3.5 currently for many things. It's just a completely different thing. I mean, I can show you a bunch of things here. Well, let's just go make some images. Let's do this. We'll do this children's book thing. I want to create a children's book about a llama, a turtle, and a hedgehog who are best friends and go on a cross-county adventure from the reservoir to the farmer's field with the pond in it. Sounds like a charming and imaginative concept for a children's book. From this image. Let's create this image. Wait, for the image, we could depict a moment where the llama, the turtle, and the hedgehog are traveling together, perhaps walking along a picturesque path. So we should be able to just tell it that these characters have names, and it should be able to recreate them. It doesn't necessarily do that. All right, there's our friendly little people. So now what I'm going to say is, can you please give me the seed of this image? Okay, the seed for this image is 199-217-9277. This unique identifier can be used as a reference to the specific parameters and randomness that were involved in creating this particular image. So I'm going to copy that, and I'm going to go, okay, the llama's name is Larry, comma, the hedgehog's name is Harry, comma, and the turtle's name is Bob. I'm just doing that to piss off the OCDers in the room. This is a neurospicy friendly channel, so we can make fun of our own specialness. Bills Broncos tied. Well, that's not surprising. They were down by 1, but that was a really interesting first half. Okay, that's great. Larry the llama, Harry the hedgehog, and Bob the turtle sound like delightful characters. Giving them names adds personality. Okay, so please give me a brief outline of the first 5 locations that are trio encounters. All right, the Whispering Woods, Sunflower Valley. Misty Mountain Pass. These are cute. Rainbow Ridge. Okay, I'm going to say, using the seed, let's see Larry, Harry, and Bob entering the Whispering Woods with trepidation. Now, in theory, these characters should look the same, and the animation or the illustration style should look the same. I've never actually tried this. That's not nice, Kyle. That's 1, and I'm counting. What, the Larry, Harry, and Bob? I know. Does it look like them? Not really, but wait, does it? No, those are more like 5-year-old llamas, Larry, Harry, and Bob. And those are more like 12-year-old illustrations. Let me see. Can you match the original illustration style? Although I like this second illustration better. So what's oh, and they gave Harry a turtle shell. Hedgehogs don't have turtle shells. And here they didn't. Yeah, that's closer. Yeah, it doesn't really have the same. Wait, let me see the. Yeah, it doesn't have the same face. Yeah, it's not the Whispering Woods. That's kind of cute. Use the same seed as this last image, and let me see Bob sitting next to a pond with a frog on a lily pad. So it should know that Bob's the turtle. Using that image, it should just give us Bob. It should give us something that looks kind of like that illustration style. I don't know. Consistency and predictability in all of these AI things right now is a bit of a shit show. Now that's actually close, although here he's got a brown shell, here he's got a blue shell, gray shell. And there's there's weirdness going on here. Unless that's Bob, and I don't know who this guy is. All right. Any Photoshop tricks for removing DALL-E text? I use color fill. Oh, Chris Ramsey. Yes. Okay. Let's go back here. All right. This I know how to do. We'll get you hooked up here, Chris. Okay. Christopher. Sometimes people are strange about. Don't call me Chris. My name's Christopher. All right. Okay. All right, Christopher. All right. Fine. Okay. Let's see. Whispering. Okay. Photoshop. Okay, new. Oh wait, not new. Open. I think I saved it to desktop. Did I not? Yes. Okay, so here's our image. And we're like, hey, this is great, except there's words in it. I don't want no stinking words. We don't need no stinking words. So what you're going to do, notice you have this little contextual pop-up menu here. So I'm going to select the words. I'm going to shift select the other words. And see where it says generative fill right here? I'm going to click on that. I'm going to type in remove words. I think I could just say remove, but let me see what it says. Let me see what it does. There you go. Gone. They get you 3 little options. I think that one's the least distracting. That one looks like they've come alive. That one's not bad. I think I would go with number 1. But I could also, you know what else you can do? You can do spooky Woods ghost. It won't be subtle about this. It tends to make these things really, really scary or really, really like obvious. That's not a ghost. Yeah, see wait, you can also do that in DALL-E. You can do what in DALL-E, Vicky? You can remove text in DALL-E? You sure? Really? I keep getting something went wrong with GPT. It's possible. All right, so anyway, so that's there's your generative fill. The other thing you can do with generative fill, they also call it generative expand, which I think is just dumb, but whatever. We can slide this out. We can slide this out, and then we can go just say generate, and it should generate the boundaries on the outside. Look how magic. Oh, look, it gave us a little door in the woods. What else do we have here? What other options? That's kind of cool. Ooh, that's nice. Look at that. Looky, people. Magic. There's an eraser I showed you one time. There's an eraser in DALL-E. Add more ghosts. Okay. Fine, you weirdos. Let's see. Ghost hiding in bushes. No, that's a pumpkin. That's not a ghost. That's really hiding. That's more pumpkins. What is your weirdness? All right, well, we'll leave the pumpkin there. We'll put a ghost up here. A dozen tiny ghosts. The hedge bunny looks confused. The hedge bunny is confused. That's Harry the hedge bunny. That's not a dozen ghosts? Oh, you freaks. Well, they're kind of fun. I mean, I kind of like these ghosts. But, you know, this is so here's the good side about Adobe's how they've created their models is that they have not trained them on any copywritten work without permission. The downside is that the model kind of sucks because of that. So if you want to get better quality, do DALL-E or Midjourney or Stable Diffusion. But if you want to do it at the office, use Adobe products. All right. Let's get back to the ChatGPT. Let's see what we're doing here, people. What's everyone want to go on and do? Spirited jack-o'-lantern, indeed. Good day, Clint Copperhead. Good day to you, sir. Good day, good day, good day. Add a scary hedge fund manager to the far right. That's pretty good. Let's do that here. Create a 16:9 wide image where Larry, Harry, and Bob are confronted by a hedge fund manager in an intimidating corporate office. I wish Adobe would add AI tools in InDesign. Oh, I'm sure they will. Adobe's going. They're leaning into this pretty hard, which I think is really interesting. I think in a lot of ways, I think Adobe is being ballsier with AI than Google is at the current moment. Although I assume that when Gemini comes out, I'll shut up about Google. Is my guess. Listen, boys, we're gonna go places. Oh, that's really funny. Whew. So what is the key to keep the characters? I think, Tobias, more than anything, it's trial and error. You know what yeah, I don't know. I mean, I haven't found a way to get it really consistent. Like you can get them in the neighborhood. I kind of feel like with all of this AI stuff, I feel like it's really easy to get to 80%. But to get it to 100% is almost impossible. And so I think it's just a matter of like one thing I could do is I could say describe the very first image you created in detail. A scene from a children's book. It's a vibrant and colorful illustration. 3 animal friends, a llama, turtle, a hedgehog. The llama, presumably Larry, stands tall and proud. Harry, who appears curious and excited, and the turtle Bob, who has a sense of steady calm to the group. They're walking along a picturesque path. In the background, there's a reservoir. Is that true? Yes. Well, sort of. Looks more like a river, but yeah, it's reservoir-y. Surrounded by lush greenery and rolling hills. In the distance, the setting is idyllic. Overall, I'm going to say. But Harry is supposed to be a hedgehog, and it appears that he has a turtle shell. Why did you miss that? I apologize for the oversight. The error could be due to the limitations of the image generation process. At least GPT's... I'll tell you what, ChatGPT is more self-aware than most people I know. Create accurate and detailed illustrations can sometimes be challenging. If you need to revise the illustration... I'm going to say, yes, please revise that first image. Let's see if it can maintain the basic look and feel and composition and fix his turtle shell. I'm guessing not. So it can make sense of a whiteboard of notes, but it can't replicate characters. Forever hooked. Yeah, it's just the nature of what they're not doing right now, it appears, with DALL-E, is they're not taking an input image and using that as the source for the output image. It appears what they're doing is they're taking an input image, describing it, and then writing a prompt to make the next image. So every time you use language, picture's worth 1,000 words, you're going to get some shit wrong, and it's going to interpret it differently. See, that's a completely different illustration style. So I think this is just trial and error. I mean, it maintained the basic composition, but like the turtle's not green. This is now for, I don't know, 6 or 7 year olds instead of 4 or 5 year olds. I don't know, man. I don't know. Like I said, we're all learning here. I ain't no expert. Ain't nobody an expert right now. Don't let anyone tell you they're an expert. All right. Earlier, DALL-E was refusing to make images and told me to use another app. That's funny. It might be like the if the servers are overloaded, that's very possible that it was doing that. By the way, if you haven't seen this, someone was asking before, like, is GPT-4 worth it? Well, even though those images weren't super consistent, they were all pretty decent images. GPT-4 can also do this, which someone just hinted at. Open the whiteboard and go, please tell me what this is and what it's used for. So this is a whiteboard that's describing software. These are sketches of interfaces. These are like audiences and features and just a bunch of shit stirred up in there. Some questions are thrown in there. A whiteboard of handwritten notes for a user interface, typically used in the planning and development. The notes are divided. Particularly for applications that facilitate ordering services like food and drinks at an airport. So it got that right. There's an ordering UI. There's different users. There's steps. There's sketches. So I'm going to say, can you come up with a name for the app? Period. In fact, come up with 10. Kyle, there's a way I've found for the Gen ID. Then input it in next and say, follow the Gen ID. Oh, okay, cool. Let me try that quick take, Jake. Terminal Taste, Fly Feast, Jet Snack, Sky Serve, Arrow Order, Air Eats Express. Let's go with that. Let's go with Air Eats Express, period. I'd like to see what a advertisement in the airport might look like for this app. Please be sure to include the name on the poster. So we just went from there's a whiteboard to explain it, to come up with some names, which it did. And I picked one, and now it's going to make me an ad. Excuse me. And then I'll show you one other crazy thing that it can do. So 3.5 can't do any of this. Ahoy, Kyle. Ahoy, regulars. Hello, Ron. Good to see you, sir. I apologize for the inconvenience. Yeah, it looks like their servers are being hammered from idiots like us making dumb images of airports. Please try again so I won't be so sad and cry many, many tears rolling down my face and soaking my loins. Oh, well, that was rather inappropriate. What is the image generation count per hour with DALL-E 3 and GPT-4 membership? I think they said 50 generations every 3 hours or every hour. I don't remember. It seems if this persists, I'm unable to do it. If there's another way I can assist you, yeah, I'll say. Sure, while we're waiting for the image engines to get restarted, can you recommend front end and back end languages and then code me a front end and back end for the ordering page? Wow, Live has helped my prompting so much. Oh, great. Thank you so much. That's awesome. Oh, not wow, Live. Your Live has helped my prompting so much. Great. Awesome. Awesome. And, my request to you, Alfredo, would be share what you're learning. Just share it. The whole point here is to be generous with, I'm going to talk about the AI Salon here in a second. But anyway, if you've not seen what ChatGPT can do right now, based on looking at that whiteboard and coming up with that set of names for the app, it is now recommending a JavaScript with a framework like React or Vue.js for the front end, and the back end, Node.js, Python, with a framework like Django or Flask, database of Postgres or MongoDB. There's your sample front-end code. Here's your sample back-end code. This is a very basic setup. And you could obviously dig deeper in here. Let's try that image one more time. Let's try for that mock-up of the ad one more time. Backend, excuse me, sir, I barely know you. You could at least kiss me first. Hello. Is that a tear running down your cheek, or are you just happy to see me? Oh, you're so naughty. You're so very naughty. I'm just take a sip of coffee. Is he drinking coffee at 10 o'clock at night? Yes, that's what he does. He's a very odd man, isn't he? We ain't making pictures, people. All right. What else can we do? At least buy me dinner. Exactly. Mr. K. So Mr. K's in here. He's an educator. He made a video today about how his students are picking on him for being old. They didn't know what a phone booth was today. What was it? The calling box. Or no, yeah, the calling place. The calling something. So Mr. K's feeling old. Welcome to the club, buddy. I had that moment. So when I was working at agency.com back in the day, I was in with a group of, young whippersnappers, and they were asking about, I don't know, company culture or something like that. And I said, it's like Soylent Green, and just the blank stares were just staggering. And I was like, it's the people. It's about the people. They just didn't get it. And I was like, oh shit, I'm old. Kyle, check general discussion on new setting for GPT store builder in ChatGPT. Oh, interesting. General discussion. All stories are ghost stories. Why are multimodal things a big deal? No, that doesn't look like it. Christopher Ramsey's logline genius. Kyle and crew, just literally found out this from some people. This is how you build out your GPT store. You must go and create a new GPT or edit an old one, and then click the little pencil icon right above your confirm button where you would normally publish your GPT. Oh, that's in the settings. I've seen that before. Okay. All right, people. So wait, 87-year-old mom is addicted to ChatGPT-4. Just loaded dad's phone tonight. He's 89. They love it. I'm telling you, man, the older people are going to kick ass with this thing. There is something so magically empowering about this that for me, the accessibility thing for AI is the thing I think I'm like the thing that I'm deepest, most optimistic about is the amount of people who were limited in some way. And it could be from education to cognitive disabilities to physical disabilities. I feel like it's just like barriers are going to just drop. Bang, 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 bang. And just, if you think about the collective brain power that goes untapped because of barriers, and these AI tools are going to drop those barriers. And it's just, it's going to unleash some amazing shit in the world. Okay, so if you have not played with GPT-4, let me show you a couple of things. So when you first come to ChatGPT, you can flip between GPT-4 and 3.5. There's also plugins here. You can just ignore those for all I think right now. Go to GPT-4, just make sure you're in that. And then over here on the left, you'll see ChatGPT, and then you might see some additional, circle doodads. Those are GPTs. So those are specialized, personalized versions of ChatGPT that you can create one of. And then if you say explore, you can go see a bunch of them. And so here's a bunch made by OpenAI. Here's some that I've recently used. Here's some that I've made. And then if you click on the plus, create a GPT, this is where you go create one. And we'll come back to that. We'll come make one. But what someone is saying is if I go to settings and beta, oh, there's a My GPTs button. I didn't see that before. Oh, my AI executive order got 15 uses. That's pretty good. Sin City Sippers up to 27. Fucking boozers. Recently used. All right, that's weird that that's just kind of a different view. Okay, so if we go to settings and beta, the builder profile, placeholder GPT, personalize your builder profile to connect with users of your GPTs. These settings apply to publicly shared GPTs. Placeholder GPT preview. I don't get. Practically Sane. So this is from the Salon Discord. Practically Sane just wrote this. I think this is a really good point. It's interesting how whenever there's an update, I get really excited and have my Kevin McAllister moment. But not long after, the shortcomings of AI become glaring and I get desensitized. These LLMs and image generators have come so far, but I still feel like there are some glaring issues I can't get past. Exactly. So yes. And don't forget, these tools are as bad as they're ever going to be, right? So all of the issues that we're having, I guarantee you 1,000% OpenAI is aware of all of them, and all of the players are. They're all trying to work on this stuff, but that's really interesting. So wait, Kylan Crew, so you must go and create a new GPT and then click on the little pencil icon before you confirm. So let's go try to enter it that way because I'm missing something here. Let me get a Sin City Sipper, and I'm going to go edit. And then I'm going to go update. There's supposed to be, this little pencil right here. Okay, so that just takes me, okay. So the builder profile you can get to. Name is populated by your billing details. Personalize your builder profile to connect with users of GPTs. These settings apply to publicly shared GPTs. Website, verify a new domain. So you've got to verify it, you've got to put their little call into your text record on your DNS. So to verify a domain, you have to have access to the domain. Okay, cool. You'll be able to connect your website, so it will be very similar, supposedly, to the App Store, where you have a front end and a back end where you showcase your GPTs. Oh, that's interesting. Then, should they utilize your GPTs, we'll send them to your back end products and docs. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, I see. Yeah. So when you verify your website, your GPTs will all point back to that. I can see these GPTs being every business having like a whole pile of these. I think this is how this is going to go, is that there's going to be all these agents in our lives, and some of them will be related to our business, and some of them will take action on our behalf, and some of them will be like these GPTs. The only thing I'm feeling confident about right now is just keep building shit. Keep learning this stuff. Keep playing. As soon as the store comes out, publish as many of these things in the store as you can. I saw today that aiPRM has their own GPT store. That's interesting. You may have to make this bigger. What? I may have to make what bigger? I'm blurrier at night. That's pretty funny. There you go. It's bigger. Can you talk more about manually training a custom GPT? Like what kind of data can we upload? I haven't done a lot. So let's go see. All right, I'm going to go do something. So I've got this thing called Custom Bouquet Designer, right? I made this last night. And we're going to go edit this. And so what it does is I can say, give me 2 unconventional bouquets for a birthday party. I just clicked on that. And now it's going to go make me bouquets. And then it's going to tell me what flowers are in them and what those flowers represent. But I'm going to come over here while it's doing that. Oh, right. And it's not making images right now. So that may just die anyway. Okay. So within a GPT, you can upload files. There's bouquet 1. Ooh, that's pretty. Look at that. That's not bad. That's what I'm creating now for our new model vehicles at our dealerships, working on Lexus right now. That's interesting. That's really interesting. Okay, so here's what I'm gonna try to figure out is how do I want a PDF of like floral arranging. So let's go off to the ye old internet. Flower arranging instruction PDF. Flower arranging 101 from UCSC. Is this actually a PDF? It is. Oh, but it's really short. I want something good. PDF, Floral Styles and Designs. Okay, this looks long. Art Nouveau. All right, so here's a big long text document. Floral Style Designs. I'm going to save that to my desktop. All right, so I'm going to go back. I'm going to show you how we're going to play with these things. Hang on. We're going to go here. Okay, so I could upload the files here, and then I could go modify my instructions to say, hey, I just uploaded something. Or we can go to the Create tab and just do this with ChatGPT. Or with just, natural language. So I'm going to upload that floral design PDF. This PDF contains descriptions of floral styles over the ages, period. I want you to modify what you do to first ask a user what age they want the flower designs to be inspired by providing them 3 options from the included text. All right. And I don't know why that just went all caps. Searching my knowledge. So it's reading. So right now it's reading the PDF. So it's probably embedding it or doing something. You should tell it to make gorgeous vases with presentation so they can be sold separately or together. Well, that we need to get Corey Pottery in here to make the vases. I vote you paint the front part of your keyboard black. Oh, this here? I could. I could also move this higher. There's so many ways I could be doing this better. Like I could have an actual setup here. My byline says community builder. Well, that's good. Why do you have a cry symbol there? I think community builder's good. Oh wait, did this do it? Searching my knowledge database. Oh, it's still searching. I guess it's reading that document. I don't know what's taking it so long. I think the back end right now is getting hammered. Are we still talking custom GPTs? That's so yesterday's news, yawn. I know Retropunk, right? It's like, hasn't there been something new released today? All right, so it read that whole thing. It updated the thing, and now it's creating a new profile picture. Ooh, I love that profile picture, actually. It's been updated. It now starts conversations presenting with 3 styles drawn from various historical eras and contemporary styles detailed in the floral styles and design document. After a user selects their preferred style, the custom designer will craft 2 unique bouquet options within that style, reflecting the characteristics, chosen era, and design approach. The updated profile picture also reflects the diversity and range, showcasing a variety of flowers artistically arranged in a bouquet. And then, oh, cool. So it changed the description to say, I craft unique bouquets inspired by historical eras or contemporary styles upon request. I want flowers. So it should give us 3 eras to choose from. Searching my knowledge. So when you put knowledge in these things, it slows down the experience a lot, but it's searching its knowledge. It's wonderful. Would you like something from the Italian Renaissance? Symmetrical designs with small, brightly colored flowers. The Victorian area, these arrangements are typically compact and circular. Art Nouveau. This style is recognized for its asymmetrical balance. So let's go with number 3. So the enchanting elegance, the flowers, fixtures, tall. So this actually lost something that we had in it yesterday, which is interesting. So one of the things that I've heard about these things is if you just keep using the GPT front end like I am, it very quickly loses its thread of what you wanted it to do. So what might make sense is that you start over here with the conversational thing and then you start modifying your instructions manually. Because I think otherwise it just keeps getting confused. Let's see. Show me both. Mindful Mentor is trained on data from Ellen Langer interviews, books, journal articles, etc. Very cool. NVIDIA unveils H200, newest high-end chip for training AI models. Cool. Make sure you type :PDF after. Thank you. That's actually really cool. I mean, oh, you know what's interesting? What it did is it kind of did an illustration style like Art Nouveau. Like I want them to be photographic, like real bouquets. But it would still be cool. Like, I mean, imagine a florist that gives you access to this tool and you can just go dick around with it and then say, I want something inspired by that. Huh, nice. Make sure that the images you create are photographic in style with dramatic lighting as if shot in a high-end photography studio. Let me go back up here. You edit text in DALL-E. Oh, right. Labs.openai.com, Vicky. That's right. I should go show that. Do you have any thoughts or insights as to how to put APIs into the GPTs? I do. I can show you a little bit. I can't show you a lot. So basically what you do, Mr. K, is, well, the only thing I've done, so you go do, there's Zapier has a thing called AI Actions. So you go find, I think it's actions.zapier.com. I think that's right. Let's go pick a style over here. All right, that's going off and doing its thing. Let me go take a look here. Is it actions? Yeah, actions.zapier.com. And then, so go to actions.zapier.com and then you go to ChatGPT and GPTs. And then this will give you instructions on how to put the API call into your ChatGPT action. But then it's this really wonky, convoluted thing where you have to go define which actions you want to be made available in ChatGPT over in Zapier, which is kind of weird because you may not know what you want to do, right? So, like, you could check emails, you could send an email, you could connect with HeyGen and make a video. Like, there's like 6,000 tools within Zapier, and then within each of those tools, there's probably, 5 to a dozen different actions you can take with them. And you kind of have to know what all of those are. And then once you define them in Zapier, then you can basically tell your GPT that it has access to those things. So it's a weird, convoluted thing. The API stuff right now in the making the GPTs is really wonky, but there are now I saw 2 or 3 different YouTube videos of people walking through how to do this. So by tonight there's probably, a dozen up there. So I'd say just go look for Zapier AI Actions and making GPTs or something like that. So that's kind of how you do that. Let's go back to our happy little floral arrangement. All right, what did you do here? Oh, it's really slow tonight. Italian Renaissance, Dutch Flemish, Victorian. I've always wanted to see a Flemish bouquet. All right. Vicky, thank you for sharing that. I'm going to go there next. Let's see if it makes some images. I would like to see a Flemish bouquet, please. Please, Mr. GPT. Won't you please? Won't you please for me? Oh, it's so Flemish. Oh, it's lovely. It's Flemish, indeed. But it's not making our 2 things anymore. Okay, I'm starting to learn something here. If you just keep using the talky part, like the the create tab instead of the configure tab, it basically, it's almost like it's overwriting. Instead of adding the notes that I'm giving it to the existing thing, it's sort of overwriting it every time. So what I would strongly encourage is after you've used this sort of conversational thing to get the thing up and running, flip over to the configure tab and just manually adjust your prompt. Otherwise, it's going to be a very frustrating situation. Kind of like what I'm dealing with now. It's very frustrating, Bob. It's very frustrating. All right, fantastic, Bob. Tell him what he's want. Is this anyone else's favorite time of the day? It's mine. Thank you, Lauren. That's very sweet of you. Okay. I'm going to go look at something that Vicky reminded me of. But because my brain is like a block of Swiss cheese, sometimes I do not hold the things in the brain. If you know what I mean. Oh, hey, Mark. Oh, hi. We're going to go to labs.openai.com. Follow along, won't you? And then this is the DALL-E website. Or upload an image to edit. No, that can't be right. Upload an image to edit. All right, here's my AI office hours from my LinkedIn. Oh, I got to make a new one of those this week. That's changing. Heads up. Be respectful of others' rights. Don't upload photos of people without consent. It's a cyborg. It's fine. Images may be reviewed to enforce the safety of our policy. Fine. What do we? Okay, we'll do this. We'll try to get rid of the letters and the. Oh, skip cropping. I don't want to crop. There we go. Image editing is now in beta. Okay. Edit image. Oh, let's see. Erase. Check. And then I'm going to go generate. No, I'm not. I'm going to go select, and then I'm going to go generate. No. Oh, I'm going to say describe the desired remove text. And now I'm going to say generate. It doesn't seem as long when you Povs. Well, it got rid of the text in one of them. That's not bad though. And then I can wait, how do I do it? Do I accept? Then I go this, yeah. And let me go. So let's see. More robots, please. And then I'll go over here and I'll go generate. And we'll see if it finishes that part of the image pretty good. Pert good. So what I'm on right now is OpenAI's version of outpainting and all this sort of stuff. I mean, this stuff exists in Photoshop. This looks like it's about as good as outpainting in Photoshop. Look, I have short sleeves and no arms. Now, total double amputee. There's sort of an arm. Is that an arm? It's a robot arm. Huh. I like that little thing. Anyway, all right, that's that. All right, that's good to remember. There's an option there. This seems new. This seems like a bit of an afterthought as a piece of software. But that's okay, because their other software is changing the flipping world. All right, let me hop back. Let me hop back and just let's get talking again. Let's get to some comments. Let's get to some action. D. Oh, this is a favorite thing of mine from my one of my timer things. I told it to write AI Learning Lab, and it wrote AI Lydidia Lab. It's like AI Learning Lab, except completely different. I'm just here to learn. Awesome. I am too. We're all here to learn. I learn more doing these than I'm teaching. I am convinced of that. I'll tell you that right now. Ooh, that one's cool, Ted. Look at this. So the irregulars are in making some images on the AI salon. Oh, you know what? I didn't talk about the AI salon, did I? Okay. How many people here? There's a good amount of people here. Sky high prices. I like how the plane's inside the terminal. That's really funny. Hedge fund manager. Get it? Oh, that's so cute. That is very cute. Okay. All right. Fantastic. Fantastic, Bob. Tell me about this one. Listen, let's go talk about some things. You, me, everyone, come here. Come over here. I would like to talk to you about something. Yes, that's it. That's it right there. Okay, so if you're digging the energy here and the spirit of what's going on here, about a year ago I started this group called the AI Salon, and this is kind of a spin-off of it. I started them at the same time, actually, but I didn't start doing these lives till about April of last year. And then really it's been in the past 2 or 3 months that I've been kind of crossing the beams and mixing this community with the AI Salon community. And it's been pretty magical. And so the salon is think of it like an AI self-help group or an AI support group. It's a group of AI adventurers who are choosing to be on this adventure together, right? And so if you go to the salon.ai, the first link there describes what the salon's all about, and it describes our values. And the values are things like curiosity and generosity. So like, get curious. If you're curious, if you want to explore this stuff, if you're willing to like share what you're learning, like don't just learn it, but like get generous, share it. Hey, can I show you something? Oh, this is really cool. Let me show you what I did. Let me show you what I did. This industry is moving too fast and expanding too fast right now to be stingy. Because anything that you think is interesting and proprietary today is going to be absolutely irrelevant a month from now. So when you're in the beginning of an industry, get generous. You can get stingy when things stabilize, but things are not going to stabilize with AI for at least 3 years, and probably more like 5. So you have lots and lots of time to be generous. So if you want to, if that resonates with you, cool. I want people that are into exploration. Like, are you adventurous? Do you want to like find the boundaries, find the edges of this thing? Are you willing to collaborate? You know, kind of a companion to generosity. Inclusion is one of our values. Like, people are coming from all over. Nobody knows what they're doing right now. And then the final one is empathy. This is scary shit for a lot of people. This is scary shit for people that are in here regularly. They're trying to figure out, holy shit, does this change my job? Yes. Does this do it? Am I going to have another job? Yes. What's that going to be? I don't know. Oh my God, that's scary. Like, it's scary. So people are going to be angry. People are going to be scary. People are going to be resistant. Just recognize that that's coming from a place of fear, right? They're not just assholes. They're like dealing with shit. We're all dealing with shit. So anyway, so that's the AI salon. So a couple of things. The on this link tree, the first thing talks about the salon. The second one is the link to the Discord. So when we keep talking about the Discord, that's what it is. So if you're into these values, if this sounds right, cool, come join us. When you introduce yourself, when you get in there, you get dropped into the introduce yourself channel. The second value is generosity. Introduce yourself generously. Don't just lurk on in. Introduce yourself. Tell us who you are, what you're up to. Share where you are on this AI journey. Maybe you've been playing with GPT since it came out. Maybe you just stumbled upon this because you thought I was Tom Arnold. That's fine too. But share what you're up to and then join in the community. Becky Rua, she was afraid, but I ain't afraid no more. Exactly. Figure it out. Everybody's trying to figure it out. And I find myself sort of going, holy shit, I'm as excited as I've ever been. Holy shit, I'm as scared as I've ever been. Holy shit, I'm as excited as I've ever been. And sometimes it's doing that at the same time. We're in crazy seas right now. Yeah. So anyway, that's the AI Salon, and we're coming up on our 1 year anniversary. We're coming up on the 1 year anniversary of ChatGPT. Did you announce the song from the guitar clip? Yes, I did. It is, drum roll please. Wait. Okay, I'm holding the guitar weird, people. Sitting in this lonely town, wondering when things are gonna change. Dream my life away, seems these dreams have turned to a bunch of dust clouds. Get my nerve up, but my past is pulling me down. Wondering how long this black sheep gonna stick around. Black Sheep by Martin Sexton. Yeah, Champy's not in here. He didn't want to be in here tonight. He was singing earlier. Thank you, Thelonious. Thank you. Appreciate that, Lauren. Thank you so much. Yeah, Black Sheep by Martin Sexton. He is, if you don't know Martin Sexton, holy shit. You got to see him live. Thank you very much, Andrea. You got to see him live. He sings like a fucking angel. And it's just, his songs are beautiful. He plays, he's one of those guys that he knows his songs so well that he never kind of plays them the same way twice. And he's just, he plays the audience as much as he plays his guitar. It's really good. Jacob Collier. Have you guys been watching Jacob Collier lately? Holy shit, that guy. I mean, that guy's like fucking Mozart. Like, he's like Mozart level talented. And like his concerts now, like he plays the audience like a synthesizer. It's insane. Yeah, Martin Sexton, check him out. He's great. He's really great. That's kind of his famous song. Black Sheep is the one he ends his shows with. It's a really good song. I took a songwriting course once, and it was like a three day songwriting workshop, and Martin Sexton was one of the guest teachers. And he came in and he did a 2-hour session with us on songwriting, and he played some songs. And at one point, it's a really small room. There was like 20 of us in the room, and Marty right in the front. And he starts singing this one song, and he had a microphone, but it was a really small room, so he just didn't need the microphone, so he just stepped in front of it. And whenever he hit whatever the chorus was of this song that he was singing, and I've never heard anything like it. It sounded like he had no microphone, and when he hit like his belt note of that song, it sounded like trumpets were coming out of his face. Like there's something about the resonance of his skull that when he sings his loud high notes, it's just like it was like trumpets coming out of his face. I've never heard anything like it. It's absolutely insane. Nancy, you're very talented, Kyle. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. That music was awesome. Yeah, he's amazing. He's amazing. He's amazing. So here's my problem with all of the songs I know. All of them. All of them. They're all fucking depressing. They're all... I don't... There's something about depressing songs that just do it for me. The new one I'm working on right now, and this one's hard to play. It's If We Were Vampires by Jason Isbell. Single-handedly one of the most beautiful songs on the planet and one of the most depressing songs on the planet. It's so beautiful, and it's hard to play and sing at the same time, so that's what I'm working on. This is one of my ADD things is, thank you very much, John. Lost Connection. That is the Papa J depressing songs are the best. They are, man. A lot of the Brandi Carlile songs are just fucking sad, but heartbreaking, but fucking amazing. You back. TikTok's quit on me 3 times now. Thank you, Andrea. There's something. There's something potentially interesting for all of us here. So, one of my favorite YouTube videos is Ira Glass talking about creative people and why most creative people quit. And they quit because they have taste. And when they start learning something, they're disappointed at what they create because they have taste. And he said the art of art is sticking with it long enough to get good enough to catch up to your taste. And he said that's the tragedy is people quit before they get there. And I think these AI tools are going to allow us to all sort of, yes, you do have taste. We all have taste. I think these AI things are going to level us up more quickly. Do you take requests? I'm new here. Do you take requests? Yeah, I do. If you've got a depressing song, I will happily sing it for you. So I love that thing. So I was taking guitar lessons. This was probably back in the early 90s. Yeah, early 90s in New York City. And the guitar teacher was teaching me some chords and teaching me this and teaching me that. And then he kept playing this one chord. And I was, and like the chord was just, it just felt magic to me. And I said, why does that chord sound better than the other ones? And it was an A minor. And he said, oh, it doesn't. That's just your taste. He goes, that's your musical taste. And it blew me away because to me, it sounded just objectively better than the other chords, right? And what's funny is like all the music I like I get inspired by it and it lifts me up and things like that. My co-founder of my business, Monique, if we're ever driving and I put on my playlist, within fucking 40 seconds, she's like, oh, this is depressing. It's just, and I think the lesson there is that, don't be afraid of having a point of view. If you like depressing shit, like depressing shit. If you like making crazy, wacky things with these AI tools that other people don't understand and don't get, cool. Like let your freak flag fly. if your friends think you're weird because you're doing this AI shit, fuck them. If this is lighting you up, cool. Or if you're just like so mortified that you got to learn more, great. So, I don't know. Anyway, music is a magical thing. It really is. All right. I got a 7:30 meeting tomorrow. I made a GPT for my playlist. It's very niche. Oh, that's cool, Vicky. My internet's wonky all day. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with TikTok crashing. Like, it normally doesn't crash, but it's crashed 4 times now, 3 times. Long time listener, first time caller. Do you know any John Prine? I used to know Angel from Montgomery, but I haven't played it in forever. And I don't go deep on John Prine. I know a lot of John Hyatt. I know a lot of, let's see. Got a blue telescope looking at the world tonight through a blue telescope. I wish I might not see what I've seen. Sheet metal on sheets of ice. There's that one, and it fucking horribly depressing song about him witnessing a car accident. It's just like. Is this place I can rest my poor head? Gather my thoughts in sweet silence. And is this place where the feelings aren't dead? From an overexposure to violence. And is this place I can slowly face? The only one I truly can know. These are tears from a long time ago. Got these tears from a long time ago. I sang that song. I went to an open mic one night, and, and it was a combination open mic night for singer-songwriters and comedians. And I sang that song, was the 3rd song in my set. And the MC of the thing goes, "All right, try to be a comedian after that one." Fucking killed the room. This is way better than the battle, and the battle was pretty cool. This is a whole new Kyle, but not at all surprising. Oh, that's sweet. Thank you. Dude, I've been rewriting my introduction for the last 10 minutes. Is there a GPT for this? Yeah. Oh, you know what I did today? This is a cool idea. So I did a keynote presentation back in April for a Creative Mornings thing about comparing the early days of the World Wide Web with the early days of this AI stuff, and it was a decent presentation. It was like 20 minutes, but I took the transcript of it today, and what did I do? I said, So because ChatGPT now has 128,000 token context window, you can paste in really long transcripts. This was only a 26-minute transcript, but it's still decent. It was still longer than ChatGPT could have dealt with before. So I pasted in the transcript of the talk that I gave. I told it to pull out the salient ideas and summarize them. I said summarize the talk, and then I said give me the salient topics if they were chapters in a book, and outline what the elements of the chapter would be. So I had it take this speech, turn it into chapters of a book, and put kind of bullet points, right? And then I said, give me a first draft of chapter 1 that incorporates the tone from the transcript into the book, but write it as if it were a business book. And in fucking 10 minutes, I wrote like a seven chapters of a book. Now, are the chapters good? They're okay. But then what I did was I said, read the book and now critique it and tell me where I can go deeper, where I can add stuff. And then I said, okay, here's what I want you to do. I want you to work as a writing consultant, and I want to go chapter by chapter, and I want to have you summarize the chapter, and then ask me a specific question based on your recommendations of how we can make this better. Have me fill it in, and then I'm going to have you incorporate what I say back into the chapter. And so that's when I kind of ran out of time today. But like, it was a really cool process because it was very much this collaborative back and forth thing that got me in 30 minutes, like a third of a book. Is at least at 80%? So that was pretty fucking cool. Can you play the hit classic, hey, ChatGPT, make me money?
You can make money with ChatGPT!
I think we got to make that, we got to write that song. I can't write it though, because that's a happy song. I can only do the sad version of it. Like once we've lost all of our life savings on ChatGPT. Creative Mornings is still alive. Rad. Yeah, it is. It's still going pretty strong here. The Denver ones get between 150 and 200 people. Like the one I did was big. It was like 180 people came. It's pretty cool. It's actually, if you care, where am I going? YouTube. If you search Creative Mornings Denver and then Kyle Shannon, I think it comes up. Yeah, Kyle Shannon. It's called Kyle Shannon From Here to There.
Welcome to our stage, Mr. Kyle Shannon.
Come on, Champy.
Tell us everything we need to know about AI.
On my first day of 7th grade in 1977, it makes me 57. You don't have to do the math. I'm 58 now. But anyway, that's there. All right, people. What are we going to do here? We got anything else to do? This has been a non-traditional evening. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Look at all those AI videos. Lol. So many AI videos. Make it a parody of Hey There, Delilah. That's pretty good. Hey AI, can AI help someone learn to play guitar? It's funny. It's the things that require physical dexterity, like juggling and musical instruments and things like that. What AI will do, here's what I'm convinced AI will do, is AI will meet you where you are personally. So we're going to be able to create very personalized education for ourselves. What happened that first day? I'll tell you. Here, I'll do the presentation. I mean, I'll do part of it. I'll do the first part of it. Is this it? No. Oh, yeah, it is. All right. All right. So first day of 7th grade, I walked into my math class in 1977, and on every desk was a computer. And Here, I'll put that there. On every desk was a computer, and it wasn't just any computer. It was a Radio Shack TRS-80. So if Gen Xers in the room, you remember the trash 80s. And so I didn't know anything about computers, but, on the first day they taught us basic programming. And the first thing they taught us with basic programming was the lprint command, which was basically, you could say lprint and then some character, and it would print that to screen. I don't know why it was lprint and it printed to screen. It should have been sprint, but whatever, geeks. And so my buddy Scott and we made an animation, an ASCII animation of a rocket taking off. Like on the first day when we first learned how to do basic programming, we did an animation of this rocket taking off. And these machines were just fucking magical. And I remember being in 7th grade, and I remember being very, very acutely aware that I was just too young to be one of those guys. Steve Jobs and Wozniak, right? Like a few years earlier, they invented Apple. And I was just too young to be one of those guys. That's Bill Gates and the founders of Microsoft. And I knew that being at the beginning of the equivalent of the printing press is not something that happens very often, if ever, in your life. And so I just remember being acutely aware of having missed it. And then flash forward from 1977 to 1994, I'm living in New York City, and I'm doing desktop publishing as my day job. I'm pursuing a life in the arts, and then I learn about this thing called the World Wide Web, and I teach myself enough HTML to put together the first issue of Urban Desires, which is an online magazine. And, it was an art and culture magazine. And I didn't even know, I knew how to build the pages, but I didn't even know how to get it on the internet. So someone said, oh, you got to upload the files to this computer in California that's called a server. And so I did that. If you remember modems, that's what the internet sounded like back then. You had to call other computers. And then within 3 weeks of doing that, I got an email from someone that someone wrote about Urban Desires in Liberation, the Parisian news daily. And so the next Sunday, I went down to the International Newsstand at Times Square, and I bought that issue of Liberation, and I flipped it open, and sure enough, there was a full-page article of these HTML files that I put on some computer in California, written about in French from Paris. And I knew in that moment that the world had changed. And so that, make it stop. I know that sound. That is what we're in the middle of with this AI stuff. And I can't describe to you how lucky I felt in 1994 to be at the beginning of one of those things, knowing that I missed the one in 1977. And so in 1994, I co-founded agency.com, which was one of the early digital agencies, and we ended up, growing really big, and we built a lot of the websites for the Fortune 500. So I got to be at the beginning of a thing that changed the world. And it was as amazing as you think it might be. And we're there again. We're at the very beginning. We are so early, you have no idea. And it's one of these, what's going on with generative AI right now is happening so much faster than the World Wide Web did. And it's already so much more profound in terms of its impact than the World Wide Web was. And so that's why I do this channel. That's why I come here 7 fucking nights a week to talk about this stuff. Because we're in such a rarefied moment of history, and so few people know what's happening. And that just means we get to play while other people are kind of asleep right now. They're still all blue pilled out. This is red pill, blue pill moment. Because everyone that's on this channel that comes here regularly, like once you have your Kevin McAllister moment, thank you, Joe Mama, that moment, once you have that moment, you can't unlearn it. You can't have the epiphany that, holy shit, the world just changed, but no one knows it yet. And that's what we're all playing with. None of us know what it means. None of us know what success looks like. None of us know what work looks like. None of us know anything right now, except that we know we've got to be doing this. So that's basically what that talk was about. So. The music, 30 Bods. Thank you, Forever Hook. Nice. I like them green eyes. Them green eyes is nice. They make me feel so powerful. There's a GPT for that. I think, who did this one? Did Ted do this one? I forget who did this one. Oh, trauma response achieved. Oh, man. I got the llamas and the turtles and the hedgehogs. Thank you so much. I now use ChatGPT to do a quiz. 1994. I sat back and watched my friends be part of history. I won't make that mistake again. Ion China. Fucking more power to you. And you know, in 1994, because most of my friend of circles back then were actors and writers and artists. And I'm like, you got to do this internet thing. And they were like, they were as afraid of the internet back then as artists are of AI today. Some of them were angry about it. Some of them were just like, they honest to God looked at me like, what the fuck are you doing? Why would you do this? And even when they saw me take off and this thing I created just turned into this juggernaut, they were like, wow, you were really right about that. Like, yeah, I probably should have listened to you. And those same people today are going, why are you doing this AI stuff? This is weird. What are you doing? I don't know. My mother-in-law was a writer, editor for Liberation in those days. Do you still have that copy? I think I do. Do I have it behind me? No, I don't. Wait, what's up here? Wait, is that it? No. No, I don't think I have it. I've got it in a box somewhere. Does AI have a pronounce? I don't know what that means. I just had an apostrophe. Now I use ChatGPT to quiz my son on books he's reading. Game changer. Yeah. Oh, Johnny's 24 Honey. First of all, I love your name. Always have, always will. You should make, I don't know how old your son is, but you should make your son a GPT for the lesson. So this was an epiphany I had from Peter. What's Peter's last name in the salon? Peter Kaminsky. Peter Kaminsky created a GPT 2 days ago of a conference call that he had. So he had a conference call with like 6 people. He took the transcript from the conference call, turned it into a GPT, and gave it to those people and said, here, you can interact with our call now. You can ask it questions. So you could do that for your son. Create custom little homework interactive bots for him to play with. Do you think there was more resistance? Do you think there is more resistance to AI than there was to World Wide Web in 1994? Yes. Because nobody, so couple of things are different. In 1994, the internet wasn't ubiquitous, right? You had dial-up modems, and it was not fast. And the early World Wide Web was incredibly basic. Like I don't know if you saw the wait, I can probably get it to come up here. Hang on, let me show you something here. That's pretty funny. So, hang on. Let me see. Oops. You can't really. This is what the internet looked like in 1994. Notice how the image is left justified? You know why? Because engineers of the World Wide Web the center tag only applied to text. It didn't apply to images, so you couldn't center images. so the early days of the World Wide Web were very basic, and so people didn't know about it. With AI, the internet's ubiquitous. ChatGPT, to get to the World Wide Web, to get to 100 million users, it took 6 years, right? Because we were building infrastructure, we were building the tools, we were figuring out what the fuck it was. 6 years to get to 100 million users. And everyone talks about, everyone lost their mind at the end of 1999 going into the dot-com crash. That was like at the 6-year mark. Like it was right when it hit, we'd been working on it for like 5 years when all that frothy shit happened, right? ChatGPT got to 100 million users in 6 weeks. So, a couple of things that are different. You didn't have movies from Hollywood saying that the internet was going to kill everyone. We've had 40 years of sci-fi movies telling us that AI is going to kill us. We've also had scientists telling us that AI was coming for decades, right? Big Blue, it beats Gary Kasparov, and then, AI is coming, and then, Watson Health is going to change, there's all the cancer diagnosis, and like all these promises, and nothing was there. And then all of a sudden along comes this ChatGPT thing that makes it as easy to use as a Google search. And that's so why it gets to 100 million users like that is because it's this remarkably powerful underbelly with a very, very simple interface. And so I think you've got a combination of just fear from Hollywood, like societal fear that the machines are going to get us. I think there's a fear from most non-technical people that in order to do AI, you have to have a degree from Stanford and be good at math and be good at technology. And that was true until last November. ChatGPT changed that. And now these GPTs, where you can just talk an application into existence, like, holy shit, the power of that. So I think that the resistance is a lot more intense right now, just because of the rapid adoption, just societal shit, and the fact that people are just afraid of it. And plus, people like us who've fucking taken the red pill and they're like, you gotta see this. This is gonna change the world. Everything's different. It sounds like we're in a fucking cult. Well, what do you mean? It's just like a Google box, right? It's just like a Google search, isn't it? It's just like a Google search, right? You just put in the words and it gives you back words, right? No, it can see. What? It can read your whiteboard and tell you what's on it. I don't understand. It can make images. What do you mean? Like it does an image search? No, it makes images. I don't understand. It can code for you. Huh? Like this is not something you can explain to people. They can only experience it. And when they experience it, they have that moment. And then they either run from that moment or they go, well, let me just do one more thing. Well, but it can't do what I do. I'm special. All right. Oh, shit. It can do what I do. What do I do now? Help. And here we all are. Here we all are. Uploading a conference call transcript from my job to ChatGPT would get me fired fast. Oh yeah, that's the other thing. Don't put anything proprietary in this shit right now. It's as leaky as a sieve. Cheese graters have more, liquid integrity than ChatGPT right now. Oh, am I a programmer? I have programmed, but no, I'm not a programmer. I'm more of a product guy I'm more of a product guy. And creative. I was chief creative officer of my agency, and I'm a marketer, and I don't know. I'm an ADHD, whatever ADHD people do. Kyle, check out show and tell video. Okay. I'm trying to think so much for this. Which one? The most recent one?
Write a C# method, convert a string to a GUID. Now change it so it returns it in base 64. Now make it so it doesn't allocate any memory on the heap. If it does that, I'm gonna lose it. Shut the
There's a Kevin McAllister moment.
What the shit? Do you understand how nutty that is? Write a C# method to convert a string to a GUID.
That's it. But certainly it can't do what I do. And then it does. And it's going to get better and better. And the people right now that are sitting on the sidelines judging it as not being perfect. And it blows my fucking mind. Like, these GPTs have been out for what, 5 days, 6 days? And people are like, wow, they're not perfect. They got security holes. Why would they release this? Have you made one? Do you see what's happening? And I think that that's just, there's a human nature thing that if we see something, we assume that the people that made it, checked everything and it's 100% perfect before we get in it, like a car or an airplane. And this stuff is not like that. So I get that it's a little discombobulating when it's not. When something demos as well as what these tools do, when they're this magic and then they're not perfect, it's kind of like, fuck. It's like whoever said that before, where it's like, I get in, I get excited, and then I'm like, but it's not perfect. Darn it. And then I wait for the next thing. I'm like, ooh, that's really good. But it's not perfect. But that's again, my, like, what's a synonym for strong advice? My plea, my conviction, my hope for you, my hope for humanity is that you forgive all of those imperfections. Learn them all. Learn where the boundaries are. Learn what it's good at. Learn what it's not good at. Learn where it falls on its face. But get curious and just stay curious for the next 3 years. And you're like, but Kyle, that's exhausting. Tell me about it. Do you think coming here 7 nights a week isn't exhausting? It's exhausting. Jim Ross had ChatGPT create an end-of-year client feedback document, which I know helped me retain clients. Perfect. Like the speed with which you can knock stuff out. Like what's cool about Jim Ross. So Jim Ross has done some super cool things. On the first night that we got GPTs, we built Jim a GPT for his business, which he's since gone and rebuilt. Right, we sort of did it in real time here. But he's got such clear tasks he needs for his business, and basically what he's done is he's like, I'm going to try to have ChatGPT do those tasks for me. So a task comes up and he's like, wonder if ChatGPT can do that. You know, people have always told me I should write a book. Wonder if I can write a book. And he has a book. Huge traffic now on OpenAI. Yeah, I know. They're getting hammered. They're getting hammered for sure. Sam Altman for the second year in a row. We didn't anticipate this much enthusiasm for our product. It's so funny. They launched ChatGPT. They built it in 2 weeks, which is staggering. It got to 1 million users in 5 days. It got to 100 million users in 6 weeks. And they were like, oh, God, we were not expecting that. And then they basically launched these GPTs, these talking app into existence that have incredible depth to them. And people are using them. And they're like, why are people using these so much? Oh, we get bored of the toy and we end up playing with the box. Yeah, absolutely. This code is kind of verbose, too many comments. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. There was someone pinned a comment that I missed before. If you want to pin that again, I'll take a look at it. Google Maps gets a massive AI upgrade with 5 new features. Yeah. Those are regulated. This is not. I don't know what those is in that case. When I'm here, I'm optimistic. When I'm out, I'm nervous for the future. Oh, that's first of all, that's very sweet. Thank you. I think for me, the thing that keeps me not nervous about the future is just staying engaged with the things I have control over. Like, I don't have control over how this shit gets regulated. I don't have control over how Sam Altman and the kids over there at OpenAI are going to fix all these bugs. I don't have control over if Elon Musk's open cowboy attitude is going to unleash something on the world that's going to kill shit. So to the extent that I try not to worry about things that are that out of my control. What's in my control? I can learn this shit. I can talk to you people about this shit. I can watch what you're doing and get inspired by it. Every time I see someone have a Kevin McAllister moment, that programmer, well, at least it's not going to do this thing. Oh shit, it did that thing. Like, that is people that are not going to go back from this. That's people, they might not like it. They might not choose to pursue it, but they can't unknow that. They can't unknow that. Google sues scammers out of fake Bard AI chatbot that downloads malware. Oh, God. Malware fraudsters tricked users. Get ready. 2023 or 2024, the presidential election and the amount of fraud and the sophistication of fraud is going to go up so dramatically. We're all going to get our asses handed to us, I think. I love that AI connected me to this group of like-minded and curious people. That's great, Lauren. I mean, yeah, that's what the salon's about. That's what this is about. It's just hanging out, trying to figure it out. And like, yeah, we're fucking weirdos because why are you paying attention to all that shit? Have you played with it? No. Okay. You want to see what it does? Not really. Okay. 6 months later. Hey, Kyle. Yeah? Could you show me that thing? I heard I'm supposed to learn it now. I just got laid off. I worry about passwords and brokerage accounts. You should, T-Rock. T-Rock, are you the T-Rock from Neo Tokyo? Yeah, passwords are fucked. You joked the other night about Gen X using AI the most, but I'd love to see the stats on who's using it. I would too, actually. Athena Luna. Someone also pointed out that I've got an echo chamber in here that's more Gen X than not, which is true. We did a little test. It was like 28% millennials and boomers and 47 or 8% Gen Xers. So we're indexing heavy on the Gen Xers here. But consider the source. You get a smart ass Gen X, or you're gonna attract some other salty Gen Xers that are like, yeah, fuck everyone else. Have you explored the AI in Microsoft Paint on Windows 11 yet? I have not. I am a Mac guy. I feel I have genuflected to Microsoft enough by making Edge my default browser and Bing my default search engine, which I've got to change back at some point. But I don't really use search engines anymore, to be quite honest. So, yeah. AI learns from us. Am I late, Cockwell? Oh, man. Don't say buzzwords. You'll cut out. What buzzword did I say? AI robot uses meteorite from Mars to help make oxygen from water. A robot uses a meteorite from Mars to help make oxygen from water. Well, that would be a big fucking deal, wouldn't it? Took 5 minutes to add monetization to my ChatGPT. Wow. Joe Mama, how did you do that? Did you basically just build it in and say, hey, if you want more of this, click here? Is that are you monetizing it within the conversation? Refreshed shoe cleaner. My name's Kyle. It's the best name. As George Carlin would say, it's a soft name. What's he say? Rick and Joe and Bob can kick the shit out of Kyle, Trevor, and something. I gotta go find that. You ever heard that one? Let's see. Carlin on soft names.
Build a website in 2 minutes, 38 seconds using AI. Just add sections and have our AI.
But it didn't happen. And one of the reasons is because we were using that soft language, that language that takes the life out of life. And it is a function of time. It does keep getting worse. Give you another example. Sometime during my life, toilet paper became bathroom tissue.
He goes on. I forget where the soft names are, but I think it's in that. I think it's in that one on soft language. You're all diseased names. Goofy boy names. This could be it.
Thank you very much. Well, tell you what. Now, to balance the scale, I'd like to talk about some things that bring us together. Things that point out our similarities instead of our differences. Because that's all you ever hear about in this country is our differences. That's all the media and the politicians are ever talking about, the things that separate us.
This man was so far ahead of his time.
Things that make us different from one another. That's the way the ruling class operates in any society. They try to divide the rest of the people. They keep the lower and the middle classes fighting with each other so that they, the rich, can run off with all the fucking money. Fairly simple thing, happens to work. You know, anything different, that's what they're going to talk about. Race, religion, ethnic and national background, jobs, income, education, social status.
I don't know where the name thing is. Don't get banned. I don't know what words I said that would get me banned. I didn't get any warnings, so I antagonized Bing until it only responded to me in Chinese. That's fucking awesome. Can AI do my Amazon pay-per-click or PPC? Probably yes. Do you do private calls? I'm happy to chat. Yeah, just DM me. I'm happy to talk. We can set something up. Yes, but I think it's a group like this that helps dissolve hard generational resentful lines. I hope so. Quick take, Jake. I mean, listen. I try really hard to not be political in any way. I try to be empathetic in every way. Yeah. There's a part of me. As this community's gotten tighter and I'm watching people over time evolve and blossom and do all this shit, it's pretty intense. Because I'm like, I go through these moments of, is this stuff just a big waste of time? Is this just a blip? But I don't think it is. The evidence is just overwhelmingly that everything's changed, that everything has changed, but no one knows it yet. GPT went big pharma. Did it? What did that say? Can you repost that one? For Gen X, watch Old Dads on Netflix. Bill Burr is now my hero. Bill Burr has been my hero for ages. I love Bill Burr. He's so angry. Bill Burr, Bill Hicks, yeah, all the angry. GPT went big pharma. I could research natural medicine before, and now it's like WebMD. Don't worry about that, Jules. Just go get one of the open source. Go play on labs.perplexity.ai, and that's the Llama 2 model. And I don't know if that's the unrestricted one, but you can, if you want to install an unrestricted model, you can do that. You could spin up a GPU virtual machine and put a unrestricted large language model in there. I know a guy that put the 70 billion parameter Llama 2 model on his company's Slack channel, completely unrestricted. He said it's fucking insane. He said it cusses all the time. It just loses its mind sometimes and speaks Spanish for days at a time. So, yeah, if you want to do that. He was a prophet. He predicted the future. Bigger screen, please. One of my quotes is, language is the cornerstone of civilization. This is why it's funny when ChatGPT first came out, and I was hearing higher ed, we got to stop this. I was kind of ambivalent about it. And the more I've gone on, the more incensed I am that higher education and education in general is resisting this. It's a large language model. That's what they're called. They get their power from all of our words. Who else are large language models? Humans. Whose job is it to teach the humans? The education institution. And you have a thing called a large language model that can augment these large language models. And you're going to chuck this out the window or ignore it? I cannot process how short-sighted it is. You are amazingly informative. We appreciate you. Thank you, Techie Becky. I appreciate that a lot. All right. I gotta start winding these down, people. From TI-99 4A animations in 1982 to something. Carlin was amazing. Saw him live in Ann Arbor. Wow, that's amazing. Kyle, are you concerned that companies like OpenAI will be persuaded by lobbying and money? I'm actually more concerned that companies like OpenAI are going to be the lobby, right? So you've got go look at the Frontier. Is it the Frontier Foundation? The fuck's it called? Anyway, Microsoft, OpenAI, Google, Anthropic, a bunch of the big players put together this group, and they went to Washington and they said, you should regulate us. I think they call it regulatory capture. So basically the big companies, the big funded companies of today are basically trying to influence Washington to write regulations that benefit them. Now, if I were a big company, I would do that too, but that's lobbying. So I don't know that they will be persuaded by lobbying money. I think that they will be the lobbying money. They will do the persuading. I'm fairly confident of that, actually. At least we have the executive order, which I made a GPT. If you want to go interact with the executive order, it's called the AI Executive Order Explorer by Shannon. That's my GPT where you can go ask questions about the executive order. At least we've got, at the highest level of government, a point of view, because we're not going to get shit from Congress. This Congress can't wipe its butt. So what we have in that executive order is what we're going to get for the next year and a half. And then who knows? Yeah. So yeah. Am I worried about it? Again, I go back to this thing. What I'm trying to do is focus on what is in my control. Lots of new viewers. Please run through the links quick. Okay, I'll do that. Happy to do that. Okay, so let's flip screens. Let me show you a couple of things here. All right. If you are brand new to the ChatGPT, go there right now. You ignore all these bullets. This is just from a larger presentation. This was all the shit that was announced last Monday. Every one of those bullets is a full-on fucking rabbit hole. But don't worry about that now. Go there, chat.openai.com. Right now, in my opinion, that's the only site you need to be playing on. It's the only one. And yes, you should pay the $20 a month. If you can at all afford it, I think it is personally irresponsible, if you're interested in AI in any way, if you can afford it, I think it's irresponsible not to pay the $20 for that. I'm not affiliated with them in any way. I don't make a fucking penny. We need a George Carlin GPT. That would be pretty easy to make, actually. So that's that. I'm gonna show you a whole bunch of. Get ready to do some screenshots. I'm just gonna go through a bunch of links that if you want to run down rabbit holes, you can do that. But seriously, the next 3 months of your life should probably be spent figuring out what this thing can do. All right, get ready to screenshot, people. All right, so you can screenshot that. The thing on the right is the developer, the back end of ChatGPT, the OpenAI playground, and all the stuff that got added there. All right. So that's that. All right, now, the next two slides are kind of the big eight behind ChatGPT. Right now, these guys are king of the hill, and until further notice. The big four, I put Grok in here simply because Elon Musk is going to will that into existence. So that doesn't even exist right now, except in very, very limited beta, but probably within 6 months, that's going to be big, so just pay attention to that. Claude, they're licking their wounds in a corner right now because what OpenAI just released kind of stuffed them back in a corner because their big claim to fame was 100,000 token context window. Basically, you could put in really long prompts. Well, ChatGPT just exceeded that with the new version. Bard and Bing are both connected to the internet, so screenshot that. Here's the kids table. Pi, Perplexity, Llama 2, and Poe. Poe is sitting in the corner right now licking its wounds because its bots were starting to get some traction. And then OpenAI came out with GPTs, and GPTs are 1,000 times more powerful because you can upload knowledge to them and they've got API connectivity. It's all really janky right now, but 6 months, it's going to be amazing. So Poe's kind of in trouble. Pi's still really interesting. Perplexity's still really interesting. What about creating a local instance, e.g. Llama 2 and LangChain? Yeah, absolutely do that. Like if you want your stuff to be super private, do local instances of open source large language models. You could basically replicate what OpenAI just released with LangChain and some, open source things. Okay, image creation. DALL-E 3 inside ChatGPT. I rarely use Midjourney anymore. But if you want super high quality Midjourney, if you want incredibly good quality and in context of your conversation, DALL-E 3. Leonardo is like the cockpit of a 747, but it's more simple than installing Stable Diffusion on your own. And then Firefly from Adobe is good if you work in a corporate office. Video creation, the three things on the left are all in the same neighborhood: Runway ML, Moon Valley, and Pika Labs. Runway ML just announced, check this out. The thing they just announced looks insane. Runway ML. This video. So motion brush is coming from... Oh, okay, wait. The survey, the preferred direction of toilet paper, go look at the patent for toilet paper. There's your answer. All right, so anyway, so Runway ML, the three on the left are all kind of the same, but this motion brush from Runway ML looks amazing. And then HeyGen, the reason it's yellow, go to labs.heygen.com and upload a video of yourself speaking whatever your native language is and pick one of their other languages and watch what that thing fucking does. So that's worth playing with. Music and audio, 11 Labs, you can create a model of your own voice and then just type in text and it will be you saying it. It won't quite sound like you, but it's close. And then Refusion and SoundDraw are both music generation tools. Screenshot those. 3D Worlds and Objects, Blockade Labs, Wonder Dynamics, and Luma AI. All three of those really interesting. These four people, I'm passionate about you following just because they're good. Ethan Mullick, Wharton Business School professor. One useful thing is his blog. Follow his Twitter, follow his LinkedIn, follow that blog. David Shapiro's working on AGI and open source stuff. He also does 2 or 3 videos a week on the future of what AI is going to do to our world. Go watch his shit. Warning, it will make you feel stupid. His gray matter is more than your or mine. And if you took our brains and smashed them together, I think he's still got some on us. He's neurospicy too, and he declares it. He calls himself neurospicy. Paul Raitzer at the Marketing AI Institute. Rachel Woods here on TikTok at the AI Exchange is good. The AI Salon. And, the YouTube channel for this. So I put up the archives of these lives at the YouTube AI Learning Lab -TT. I think that's it. We have a scammer. If you follow AI Learning Lab and there's 2 L's in front of learning, that's not me. They just stole my content and they're trying to scam you and sell you cryptocurrency. All right. Fantastic. My professors in grad school encourage it as long as we don't rely on it and plagiarize. I think that's great, Jamie. I mean, ideally what the professors would do would be bring it into the classroom and start having critical thinking conversations around AI. What's it good at? What's it not good at? Where would you use it? Where would you not use it? Where might it augment something? Where is it more of a collaborative partner? Where can you absolutely, rely on it 1,000%? That kind of critical thinking, I think, is something we need way more of in higher ed. And I think ChatGPT, all of these things are going to force that conversation. Check out Playday, PLAI Day for video creation. You can infuse your face into the videos. Oh, super cool. All right, let me go look at that. Play Day. Text to video. Yet another one. You can also go to futurepedia.io. It's got like 5,500 AI tools in it. so as if what I just gave you wasn't enough rabbit holes. Are children being taught AI in school? It's very much school by school, Lauren, and from what I understand, it's very much teacher by teacher. I think that the institutions themselves are terrified of it, so they're not dealing with it. So I think you've got some teachers, like there's a Gibson is the name, is a TikToker. She's like a 12th grade English teacher on TikTok here. She's great. She dove into ChatGPT back in December or January of this year, and she's teaching her kids critical thinking. She's a genius with how she's approaching this, but it's very much teacher by teacher, I think, right now. Unfortunately, it boggles my mind. If they don't want my opinion, but if they did, I would give them that opinion. Get off your fucking ass. Learn this shit. Start hanging out in an AI learning lab with a guy that's got a fucking acting degree and a subpar GPA. I'll tell him where it's at. You really like that video? The smoke, water, fire have all been done before. Not with that level of control, beep, bop, boop. So one of the problems with the motion controls with Runway right now is it's basically figuring out what in the image should move and what shouldn't. What you can do now, like I saw one example of a whole bunch of eyeballs in circles, and they just made the motion the eyeballs themselves, and the eyeballs all moved, together. So that level of control is a big deal. What would happen if I used only the text from the Quran to train an AI learning model? It would have all of that point of view in it. It's like, I mean, quite honestly, you can go do that. You can go do that right now. Go make a GPT right now. AI Uzzy Puppy. Oh, a Fuzzy Puppy. Nice name. I like the name. I would go make that. Go make it and see what it does. Don't and if that's I don't know if you're doing it to be provocative or like if there's some agenda there, but like I would think that would be a really interesting experiment. Why don't you go upload the Quran and 5 other biblical type books into a model and compare them, see where they're the same, see where they're different. Tired Runner, David Shapiro is so good. His take on the news is like, yeah, it is. It's David who? David Shapiro. Yeah, he's his. I think he's Dave Shap on YouTube now. At Dave Shap. Night, guys. See you tomorrow. See you, Dr. J. Can you include your tables which are free for commercial use? Can you include? I didn't know what that meant. Could AI be described as super fast crowdsourcing? Yeah, kinda. I think that's kind of what it is. Like I describe it as a reflection of humanity, and when you interact with it, it kind of feels like you're interacting with like the most educated person in the world, which is essentially crowdsourcing. I think that's actually a really good way to think about it. do the rest of you test and iterate your GPTs all day? Test, iterate, test, iterate. I don't do it all day because I'm running a company, but a lot. David Shapiro, not to be confused with Ben Shapiro. Please, David Shapiro. David Shapiro. Yeah. I do not know what's happening. What times are you in TikTok? I generally start, Wendy Wise, I don't know if anyone can hear me. I generally start around 8 p.m. Mountain Time. You're amazing. When I grow up, I want to be just like you. Thank you, Debbie. That's very sweet. Oh, this is... Did everyone go away? No, there's still a bunch of people here. Weird. A reflection of human language. Yep, that's right. So funny. Your screenshot tables, can you share which are free for commercial use? Almost all of them, in almost all of the large language models have some free option. Almost none of the video models have free options. The video stuff's really expensive. The audio stuff's really expensive, like the voice synthesis stuff and the like HeyGen and DID that do the voice synthesis stuff. Like they're not ripping expensive, but if you want to do anything of scale, like a lot of times what I've thought about is, oh, I could have ChatGPT write all these scripts and go make all this content. Well, not unless you pay for their like unlimited plan, which is really expensive. All right, I got to go to bed, people. It's 11:42. All right, let's get flipping over. Let's get flipping out. Let's get flipping over. We're gonna flip it on over. We're gonna flip it on over. We're gonna flip it. We gotta. There you go. The AI Learning Lab after party. Yeah. Shh, champ. We're gonna go out see her pretty soon here. You darn dog. All right. 10:42. Dragonfly Alchemy, good to see you. I haven't seen you in a bit. Kyle, I hope you're doing... Wait, I hope you keep doing these. You really have become part of my daily life. John Z, thank you so much, and I appreciate it. I appreciate you. Christopher Ramsey, Freebird. Bob Hamilton, good night. I don't know, we'll have to... We're going to quickly tap out the amount of songs I know, so it's going to get old quick. Blockade Labs used to be free for unlimited renders. Yeah, everything used to be free while they were trying to get customers, and now that they've got them, they're like, oh shit, this is expensive. Tobias, good to see you, man. John Z, thank you. JRC, Debbie, Jules, good to see you. Janet Jackson, good to see you. You haven't been here a bit. Beep, bop, boop. Love the name. Nancy, T-Rock. Wendy Wise, Affiliate Marketing, good to see you. Clint Copperhead, calling the people to order. Calling the people to order. Thank you so much, everybody. 135 people in the channel. I know, so many people hanging out. Happy Monday night. Is it Monday? Yeah, it's Monday. Yeah, I got a busy day tomorrow. Thank you all. Thank you, moderators, for doing what you do. Thank you for anyone who gave gifts. I appreciate that. If you would follow the channel, I'd appreciate that. I just cracked 30,000, which was my goal before the 30th. So that's a pile of people. That's a pile of people. So I appreciate you all. All right. Peace out, everybody. I'll see you tomorrow.